Hey, good people. Today it's Free Falcon again. We're going to be going over all the tips and tricks that I can think of to make gold as fast as possible inside of Types. Shop Titans. I said Top Titans, I think. But Shop Titans is the game we're playing, and that is where we are looking to make our gold. So, there's essentially two ways to generate gold inside of this game. One is to sell from your counter here. So as you can see, we will get energy off of these counters every time we do a sale. So you can discount and surcharge are your two actions that will effectively change the outcome of whatever the base sell item is. So one strategy is to put in, let's see, it will pop up here. So right here we see that the base value of this blue Frost Lancer is $26 million and a quarter. All right, so we can surcharge that and turn that into 57.2. Though we're not doing that because I want to be able to trade that in, and that'll possibly even get some gems. So we are going to cancel that. And here we go, a level 13 Fragrant Moisturizer. We have our passive bonus in of 1 of 10 being surplus. So let's look here. We got this Widowmaker. So I believe we are on the discounted event right now, which is a good time to do this because then I can actually surcharge the T14. So there we go. It's now 39 million. So that is a pretty good little bump off of one item. Bumping that up, and then we can bump this up as well. So, utilizing this as a primary method, the major thing that you want to be looking at is your talent tree. So you can either go crafting and be bumping up, getting extra crafting slots, taking less of this, and focusing on the crafting as your primary. And getting up here, and you can rush fusions with energy. You'll increase your capacity, increase your regeneration, get an extra crafting slot. And then the big thing is getting up here to be able to bonus chance to craft epic and legendary. Now, I ran this for a while, and I didn't feel like this was worth it. I was kind of underwhelmed with the percentages that I was getting. I was expecting a big production, so I switched out of that because I didn't feel like I was making as much money. Questing as well is not bad for bringing in components, and it also gets a decent amount of items that you can sell. But I think if money generation is your biggest, I don't think that there's any comparing the bartering tree. It's kind of the pinnacle of what you're looking to do. The big ones that you want to look at are the brand loyalty. You want to get this to 5. So every time that someone walks up to the bench there's a chance that it will surcharge. You want to get to this 10% surcharge. So 1 in 10 people will automatically surcharge, like we saw on that T13 just a second ago, where we don't even have to spend our energy. The second one that you want to make sure you're getting for optimizing your gold is the enchantment establishment right here. This gives a plus 20% surcharge whenever you have both enchantments on that item. And then here, the best of the best, this is automatically double enchants your items that you get from the vendors. So this is super crucial if you're looking to do this route, as this is your primary way of making money, because you will be coming in here and surcharging and discounting out in order to get the best variants of stuff to make the most amount of money. The second way itself is within the shop. Now right now I have my shop full of just rando stuff because the event that we were in for the Tower of Titans was not a good one to sell. It was a very, very good one to buy, though. So one of the best ways that I know to make gold inside the market is whenever someone walks up and they are trying to sell you these items, right here, if you look, the RO of the wins, if we go into the market, we see that that's selling at 2.9, so almost 3x here, but there's quite a few that sell at 10x. And if you pay attention, you'll be able to determine and pick those out, and you want to focus in on crafting those. All right, since the new edition has come out, they've changed up the request. That's usually where you're going to be able to find your items at your 10x's and close to it. So I normally just cull through. You can see that this level 10 garment here is close to that. So we can throw that on the market at 5339499. And I put way too many numbers. 5339499. So we're undercutting by $1. So we get just under 5 mil a piece there. All right, I'm going to start taking some of this off and start trying to offload some of these items now that they're getting back to normal rates. See how these buns are doing? There we go. So 6499999. All right, so we'll get almost 6 mil pop off of those. Let's go ahead and cancel these out, and let's look what we got. Let's look at our Team 9s. They are going pretty well right now as well, typically. Let's look at the Gaia Enforcers. There we go. They are 10x. So let's throw them in there. All right, we'll cancel these out. Let's look back at our 9s again, see if we got anything. So typically you can't sell the base items for much more. So you're typically looking for the specialty items. Let's see what this is going for. We'll throw that on, see if we can get us some gems quickly. Let's cancel this out. We'll probably end up cycling these back out because we're going to want to be able to craft. Let's see if we can do some quick sales, make some money in the meantime. Let's see where our Jolly Rangers are going. There we go. 4869999. There we go. Sold a couple of those. Let's see if we can get this down, and we're just going to try to offload our good 9s and 10s that are going to bring us in money. Let's see these maples. All right. 6219999. There we go. As you can see, they will be selling pretty decent price, and these come up pretty regular because these are the items that are typically requested from the people. So this is usually just a quick, easy way for a player not to have to craft these items, but just go ahead and jump on here, buy them up real quick, and fulfill those requests. Now the problem is now that we took off all of those, we didn't replace them with higher. I can't craft because I'm over my inventory limit. So what you can do is come in here by value. Let's do by the least. Let's see. Maybe it won't sort by that. Type, quantity, value. I guess we just have to scroll down. So if you're desperately needing and you're impatient, you can come down here and you can deconstruct. So as you can see, the following resources will be salvaged. So we can break that down and we'll get some resources back, and that empties up some spots. So in a rush, that is a acceptable way of getting rid of some stuff, because we got to burn almost 200 items, which is going to be rough just on here. But we will be offloading some inside the market. Let's see, where are these sitting? We bought these at 2 mil, so that was a bad investment. So at the time they were going for, or 200, we bought them at 200. Yeah, just at 2 mil. 2.2, I believe, because at the time they were going for 3. So that turned out to just be a bad investment. Now we're holding those on. Hopefully those prices will get back up there. Let's see if any of these are kind of sleepers, because sometimes these pop up unexpectedly in price. So it looks like our 9s are being a wash. Let's look at our 10s. I don't see any specialty ones, so we'll just pop in. Let's see what this is going for. All right. So let's see if we can move this one 8 to 498. Maybe we'll get lucky and make a little over 4 mil on there. All right, and we freed up some slots there. So yeah, we still got to burn almost 200 items to be able to start collecting. So hopefully this will sell quickly and we'll be back in business. But a quick way to be able to cull through that is just go into the offers. And let's take a look at, let's say, level 9. Let's apply. And then we are going to change it from gold minus to gold plus. And we're going to change this up just a little bit. Just go in here to normal. All right, so now it will pull up all of that. And let's go back into tier 9. So let's say that we are looking for items that we want to craft that are on the market. So we can look at tier 9 shoes of style. We can be getting 5.3 mil per craft here. The maple wood is 5.2. 5.2 here for Ursa's Totem. 5.125 there. And then additionally, if you just don't see them in the market at all, you can be selling at 10x. And that's ideally what you want to be looking for, are the items that aren't even in the market, because that means there's probably a backlog, somebody sitting there with them open in their shop, just hoping that they'll hit the market so they can throw money your way. All right. So crafting up your enchantments is a good surefire way to generate the money as well, as we went over. But not everything's created equal. So we did buy these. That was kind of a bad investment. But let's throw these in here. So we can do 55 of these at 380. So now we got that in there. So now we're at 8.82. We don't want to sell these. We want to be hopping in and eating up all of our T9s. T9s, I think, are the sweet spot for your enchantments to resell. So now those are 1.15. So selling inside the market will be selling at about 3 mil a pop, being surcharged. And the surcharge price is pretty low. So we should be able to cycle through them pretty quickly. The reason we don't typically want to put these on here, as you can see, let's go back to gold price minimum. You're looking at 4.8 mil a pop on the market to buy. They only enchant for 1 mil, so you're only going to get 2.5, maybe 3. So best case scenario, you're selling at, you're making 3, which means you're leaving about 1.8 on the table. Now the upside to that is that is a great way to get energy, or not energy, but XP. But you kind of have to balance it out. I typically like to sell mine in the market whenever they're up around that price, and take that gold and reinvest and buy out the T9s, because the T9s are usually around 2x or so inside the market. Yeah, so we can go ahead and for one of those, we can buy 8 or 9 of these, and when we sell these, we're actually netting a profit, right? So now up here, this is kind of getting out of profit, so we don't bother with those. But I think we're around $750 a pop on a T9 with double enchantments. As long as you got a decent amount of ascensions, you're going to be generating money. And what we're looking to be able to do is make money out of nothing. So just like in real life, we want our money to make us money as well as our time and effort. So the way I think about it is this is your job. So you are making your job. The market is investment strategy. So you're coming in here reselling things. So here, this is already too low. So let's pop in and see if we got any 8s that'll sell at a decent price here. Not really. Let's see what these dragon skulls are going for. Yeah, let's see if we can offload those. But the market is where I think your make or break on really generating an excess income. So there's only so many things you can craft and keep up with personally until you're just burning through a lot of time. I think your focus to really generate money specifically is going to be inside of your market. Now, I think there are a few ways to go about trying to flip inside the market, but so far my stuff has been very hanky and it hasn't always been consistent. So you can buy during certain events and then sell during other events, but I don't think it's consistent enough to make that a primary practice. What I think is the best is to focus in on the items that are being requested and then worry about selling those. Because sometimes even like these basic items will kind of just jump up for no good reason sometimes. So I don't usually sell anything that's only 2x. I usually want to sell something that's much higher. The T11s tend to not be very good regardless. It's rare to even get over a 2x. So the T11s are now our new, or at least my new kind of fluff ones to like throw off to just not craft, but sell out value. So T10s used to be it. But as many of the T10s that are circulating that are worth value, they're not my automatic just sell. A lot of them are really getting up high. The basic, I need to get that thing out of circulation because it just keeps popping up on me. Where is it? Let's see. We got an empty slot here. Let's fill that. Yeah, let's take out all of our blue stuff. We don't need that stuff hitting our circulation. We should probably lock it in all honesty. Yeah, let's just fill all these up. Let's get rid of the blues. We don't want them slowing down our groove here. Okay, so this is a really quick way to generate a pretty good amount of money. So you can see here, we just turn that into 23 mil. This auto surcharge 2. And we can just keep cycling through. We'll burn through a surprising amount of items. It doesn't really take long for you to really get to that point. And then we can start pulling stuff out of here. So we're still full at the moment because I went on a crazy buying spurge during the Tower of Titans because the market is insane for that. Now, the downside to this is that it's just not a whole lot of money. So it's probably not the most optimal way, but you can see that you can actually be buying these and re-putting them on at a discount. So these are not too bad to throw in for fillers. So let's go into our inventory. Let's look back at the 9s. All right, so let's look at filling these. So looking here, we can throw the hippos on. They have a base value of, that adds 130. I'll pop onto here. And then we don't have enough of these, but you can see that's 105. We're actually just going to go ahead and throw on. There we go. we'll just throw those on there. So we missed 2, so let's throw, we'll throw those 2 on. So actual valuation comes out pretty well, but you can also even dive down into the lower numbers with these. So I think even around 7 you can be throwing these on. So no, I think not. I think 8, which is weird because they are 7s, but they don't actually apply the same. So coming down into the 8, I think now is where we, so now is where we actually hit that limit. So it's not even too bad to be throwing onto those to quickly offload and sell. So that's a passive way you can generate some XP and additional money. So these craftings that I'm doing for these is actually just for in my actual enchantments. I'm just trying to get some of the higher level ones, some of the purples and legendaries. All the commons I just throw on the market and sell at the increased price, and that actually generates a pretty good amount of gold. Right now I'm still overburdened, so I'm just trying to get these offloaded best I can at the moment. Then I'll start getting back into crafting once all of this is filled up. All right. But yeah, so we've gone over all of the basics. We'll do a quick recap. The counter, you want to be applying your discounts and surcharges as appropriate, probably discounting everything below a certain level depending on your level. So for me, discounting that is worth the extra gold, but we may be surcharging everything that's over 12. I usually kind of gravitate towards just surcharging anything that I have double enchanted. So I go through, pick all the items, get those double enchanted, and surcharge those out. From the market, we are looking to offload the stuff that are being sold at high levels, usually for request. So I think right now 9s and 10s are good ones to craft and pick up to throw onto the open market. Our purchases, if you start getting low on items, is coming through and buying, I think around the T11 range right now is probably one of our best points to sell. So we can buy this at less than half a mil over. So doubling that, we're looking at over a 2 mil bonus for surcharging. So throwing that on, buying some T9 enchantments and selling that is a pretty good profit. So something that's nice is these ones that are already enchanted. So that's, you only have to buy 1 enchantment. And the back enchantments tend to be easier. So that is 3.2. So you're looking at about 600k just on the actual doubling. But by the time you put in the other enchantment and throw it on, you're well over a mil extra. So it's an easy way to make a few mil extra per item that you're not having to craft. So you're using your gold to create more gold is essentially the thing. The downside to doing that is you actually spend a pretty good amount of time sitting here doing what I'm doing now, which is just waiting for people to walk up and you sell them the stuff on the store. Now, it's going relatively slow right now. Sometimes you'll throw the stuff up and it will just instantly go. And sometimes you're getting underbid pretty quickly. Like here, these Sky Enforcers, they were underbid pretty quickly. But most of these are just sitting here, and they may or may not sit here for a while. The greens tend to sit for a lot longer than the whites, just because they're not really being bought up at the same rate. I think the quickest way to do it is to just focus on just the whites. But I'm just being patient. I actually don't have a whole lot going on this afternoon. So I'm going to be passively sitting here selling some stuff. And I'll get this drop down. I think we've already dropped 50 or 60 items just during this video. And the longer I sit here and just keep this going, the less will be sold. But yeah, that's the overall cap there. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.